Hi, my name's Isaac. I run the Ignite Your Estate Agency podcast here at Firewave. We use Dirin to edit all our podcast episodes, so we have a finished file to upload to our podcast host. Our biggest challenge to using Dirin in the first place and outsourcing our podcast editing was the costs involved. We didn't know whether the costs of outsourcing it would be beneficial and bring in a big enough return on investment at the end of it. So that's simply not the case. Currently, Dirin edits and finishes and finalizes and improves the sound on all our podcast episodes, removing ums and ahs and making sure everything flows correctly as a one piece of content for the episode, which is fantastic. He's also gone out of his way to give us loads of useful tips on recording, the software that we need to be getting, the hardware that we need to be using to make sure the podcast is as good as possible. The results that we've seen, we've gone from little downloads to hundreds of downloads per episode. We're now on episode 16, I think. So from the beginning, it's just increased and increased and increased. It's got better with every episode that we have released. The improved sound quality from the start of our podcast to the episodes that we're releasing now is amazing. That's partly due to the hardware that he's recommended we buy, which we have, and also the editing and the recording in the first place. This has also meant that I have very little time invested in editing the podcasts. I can focus on other projects, which means that we can grow the business in other areas as well. The podcast itself has been responsible for us gaining maybe 10 new clients, which is fantastic over the time period that we have been releasing our podcast, which is great. And the fact that we have the time to grow in other areas is fantastic too. For anybody considering using Dirin, I would suggest go for it. He's been fantastic. He's helped us with everything that we've needed to know about podcasting in general, and also the whole editing process is completely streamlined, which is brilliant.